friends, and welcome back to our homestead. Merry Christmas, everyone. We're baking cookies in my kitchen today, and I've decided to revive my old recipe that I have not done in ages. Something that my mama used to do back in the day, because it's a simple cookie, no frills, no extra expensive ingredients, and most of those things are in your kitchen at all times, or at least in my kitchen at all times. So my girls came to help me in the kitchen today, and we're gonna be baking a very special little cookie. There's no name for it. Because it's gonna contain sour cream, I'm gonna name it sour cream cookie, which really it's not sour cream cookie, but you know what I mean. So simple ingredients, let me show you. All right, so I measured out 2.5 cups of flour, okay? I'm gonna need 1/2 cup of full fat sour cream. Please, full fat, nothing low fat here. 1/2 cup of sugar. I'm going to be using a little bit, and this is extra, you don't have to, but this is something extra. Just zest of like a 1/2 teaspoon or so of some sort of a citrus. And in my case, we have this homegrown lemons that I got from my friend in California. So we're going to be using the lemon zest. Then I'm going to be needing some butter. I need to grab some butter, and I'm going to be using a little bit of baking powder to make them puff up a little bit. Super simple, basic. Now, just because I said it's 2.5 cups of flour, I may need more, simply because every flour is different. The room temperature and humidity is different, and depends on how big the egg bowl is gonna be. So because I'm gonna need an egg, and already showing my girls, it can be a tiny little one, or it can be big one like this. Check this out. So if I'm going to be using a big egg, obviously it's going to take a whole lot more flour. So the dough should be soft enough, but it should be able to roll it out, okay? Because we're going to be rolling it out, and we're going to be using little shapes, Christmas shapes, to make Christmas cookies with sour cream. All right, so let's get going. So first things first, I have 6 tablespoons of soft unsalted butter here. And I'm going to be adding the sugar, okay? And I need to whisk it together to make it nice and soft, okay? So I think this is a wrong blade. You can use a stand-up mixer. I'm going to be grabbing the whisk because I want to whisk it together so it marries together and kind of like all separates. So I'm going to be also adding a little bit of vanilla, just a little bit, I'm not measuring, about a teaspoon, maybe less, just to give a little flavor. All right, so now it whipped up together. I'm going to be adding an egg, and hopefully I don't get any eggshells in here. Yep, it's good. So we have 1 normal size egg, and I'm going to be mixing that in as well. And also to this, I'm going to be adding the sour cream. All right. Hence the name, sour cream cookie. Okay, so now I'm just going to drop in a little bit of lemon zest in there for flavor, because why not? And it's all mixed together nicely. So here's my flour, and I'm going to be putting probably about 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder in here. Mix it all in. And I'm going to be slowly adding that into the mixture, okay? Now, like I said, I may need more, way more than expected. So let me change this from a whisk to a blade. All right, and we're going to see how much flour it takes, because all flours are also different. All right, so let me just add a little bit in here at a time. We're gonna start making, it should be soft cookie, not overworked, okay? Nothing overworked, but yet soft enough that we can put it on the surface and roll it out. All right, so this is all mixed in. I'm going to be taking it out onto the surface, and I will finish mixing it on the surface of the table, okay? So let me just take this all out. Let me make a bowl out of it, and I'm gonna create what it should be, like a dough. Okay, again, like I said, it should be soft enough that you can roll it out on the surface, but not runny enough that you have to use an ice cream scooper to make cookies. Okay, this is like a sugar cookie type of thing, but it's very soft because sour cream is here, my friends. All right, so that looks about right. So let me just, again, make it into a surface, like a little shape. I'm gonna need plastic to wrap this in a plastic, and it's gonna go and rest in the fridge for, you know, at least half an hour or so. Okay, so it will be easy to work with. All right, this is gonna be wrapped and going in the fridge. All right, so this has been chilling for a little bit in the fridge, but at least half an hour is a good idea. Now it's nice and chill, and it's gonna be easier for me to roll it out. Okay, so thinking back, this was a very basic, simple recipe that Mama made, and without any fancy shapes, she would just cut them out with a sharp edge of like a glass or something like that, you know, like a drinking glass. So we're gonna be using some Christmas shapes because why not? It's Christmas. So I'm just cutting in separate pieces. I'm gonna keep them covered so it stays nice and cool, and I'm gonna start rolling this out. Let me just add a little bit more flour so nothing sticks. I'm gonna roll this out, but not terribly thin, okay? Because I want my cookies to be nice and fat and fluffy. All right, so thank you, baby. All right, so let me just roll this out a little bit here, okay? And so we're gonna make them nice and fluffy. I have oven going, it's preheating through 350 degrees. All right, let me just make sure that it's not sticking to the bottom. Okay, and we're gonna be cutting out of shapes and baking. So as far as baking time, this is gonna be a thicker cookie, so probably about 10-12 minutes, I'm gonna guess, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. And like I said, this is a brand new oven, and I'm still getting used to how it's baking. And so I can't say it very specific how long it's gonna bake. All right, so let's cut off some of the shapes. So I have a little Santa boot here. All right.
Do you mean a stocking?
Stocking, Santa boot stocking. What's the difference, honey bunch? Okay, and this is gonna be a little Christmas tree. All right, I'm sure they're gonna puff up, and I'm hoping that they will puff up. And here's a little star or something like that. All right, so let me take, I should have lined all my baking sheets with parchment paper, and that way it's easy cleanup. All right, hold on a minute. Okay, all my little cookies go here. I'm gonna leave a space in between because I'm hoping that they don't blow up to be too big and kind of like get stuck to each other. All right, I'm gonna keep making different shapes. All right, let's bake this bad boy for sometime 10 to 12 minutes. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. All right, let's check on these bad boys. Okay, they're done. They're done. All right, the rest needs to keep cooking. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. Very old-fashioned cookies, not overly sweet. Dusting, light dusting of powdered sugar to say, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And then we're gonna give it a taste. All right, look at these little white beauties. Oh, I'm gonna eat this little star. Just like my mama made, a super simple cookie, no frills, very few ingredients, but tastes like home. They're not gonna have a very short shelf life because there's no preservatives, but they're so delicious. So I'm gonna take a bite. Like pillow soft. Oh my goodness, it's so good. Very basic, very clean, very, very puffy and soft, and it melts in your mouth. I love it. I love it. Reminds me of home. So friends, I'm gonna sit with my family and enjoy these cookies. So I hope that you all have a safe and beautiful Christmas season. On this note, be encouraged and try something new.